The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Be sincere. Be brief. Be seated. Repetition does not transform a lie into a truth. Let us not be afraid to help each other. Individual initiative was crushed in the cogs of a great machine. I am neither bitter nor cynical. Men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own minds. To reach a port, we must sail, sail, not tie at anchor, sail, not drift. The truth is found when men are free to pursue it. For freedom, not subjection. One thing is sure. We have to do something. We have to do the best we know how at the moment. If it doesn't turn out right, we can modify it as we go along. Hope. Renewed because we know so well the progress we have made. We do not see faith, hope, and charity as unattainable ideals. We will gain the inevitable triumph, so help us God. With facts and without rancor. In our personal ambitions, we are individualists. Happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. It is common sense to take a method and try it. If it fails, admit it frankly and try another. True individual freedom cannot exist without economic security and independence. I ask you to judge me by the enemies I have made. If you treat people right, they will treat you right. Physical strength can never permanently withstand the impact of spiritual force. The virtues are lost in self-interest as rivers are lost in the sea. The point in history at which we stand is full of promise and danger. When you see a rattlesnake poised to strike, you do not wait until he has struck to crush him. Human kindness has never weakened the stamina or softened the fiber of a free people. It isn't sufficient just to want. You've got to ask yourself what you are going to do to get the things you want. Rules are not necessarily sacred, principles are. Remember, you are just an extra in everyone else's play. Self-interest is the enemy of all true affection. It is an unfortunate human failing that a full pocketbook often groans more loudly than an empty stomach. We can gain it only if we proceed with the understanding, the confidence, and the courage which flow from conviction. It takes a long time to bring the past up to the present. There are as many opinions as there are experts. We do not retreat. We are not content to stand still. We can gain no lasting peace if we approach it with suspicion and mistrust or with fear. Let our hearts be stout, to wait out the long travail, to bear sorrows that may come. There are many ways of going forward, but only one way of standing still. We have learned that we must live as men, not as ostriches, nor as dogs in the manger. We know that enduring peace cannot be bought at the cost of other people's freedom. I think we consider too much the good luck of the early bird and not enough the bad luck of the early worm. Art is not a treasure in the past or an importation from another land, but part of the present life of all living and creating peoples. Confidence thrives on honesty, on honor, on the sacredness of obligations, on faithful protection, and on unselfish performance. Let us never forget that government is ourselves and not an alien power over us. A conservative is a man with two perfectly good legs who, however, has never learned how to walk forward. We have always held to the hope, the belief, the conviction that there is a better life, a better world, beyond the horizon. Yours is not the task of making your way in the world, but the task of remaking the world which you will find before you. May every one of us be granted the courage, the faith, and the vision to give the best that is in us to that remaking. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. We shall strive for perfection. We shall not achieve it immediately, but we still shall strive. But we do assert that the ambition of the individual to obtain for him a proper security is an ambition to be preferred to the appetite for great wealth and great power. A small group had concentrated into their own hands an almost complete control over other people's property, other people's money, other people's labor, other people's lives. The enemy is strong. He may hurl back our forces. Success may not come with rushing speed, but we shall return again and again.